Hi there guys, and welcome to another episode of the Cover Zero show with me, your host Simon Conboy. This episode will be another week 2 preview. This episode focusing on the game between the New Orleans Saints and the New England Patriots. I think this is one of the most important games of week 2. Both of these teams really need to put week 1 behind them. The Saints in particular, for me, this has all the feelings of a really early must-win game. It's their first home game. Both teams, obviously not happy with what happened in week 1. Both defences looking incredibly soft, and offences not particularly productive in the passing game in particular. So I'm going to start with the matchup on the offensive side of the ball for the Patriots against this Saints defence, and it looks like an ugly one for the Saints. They really struggled in week 1. The secondary was a problem as always. Too much inexperience, I think, really hurt them in that game. Saw them biting on play actions, just being out of position, and regularly getting beat. And there was a real lack of a pass rush, as always. If Cam Jordan didn't get there, it didn't seem like anybody was going to. They held up okay against the run. I think the Patriots are going to be able to abuse them in this game. They've got too many weapons at receiver. Brandon Cooks will present a massive threat. I'm not sure who they're going to try and shade over the top with. They've got Marcus Williams, is rookie, inexperienced. Kenny Vaccaro's not the best coverage guy. I don't know who they can line up against Gronkowski. I just don't think they've got anybody with the coverage chops to do a job even close to what Eric Berry was able to do in week 1. And then there's the other weapons. I don't know if Amendola is going to be playing, but Chris Hogan should be able to make a lot of plays against these linebackers. I expect the Patriots to really mix it up, much like they did against the Chiefs. I don't think their plan will change enormously. Brady was thrown all over the place with a variety, not a huge amount of success, particularly intermediate and deep. But I think against a team that really struggled to contain Sam Bradford, and the weapons the Patriots have are superior. They're playing against just a better offense all around. You'd have to think. I think that's going to be tough. The Patriots will use that battery of running backs once again. I expect to see. I thought they'd use them in the passing game a lot more than they did last week. I think that will be the case this week. They'll run the ball as well, but I think we'll see a real mix. Burkhead once again being the short yardage guy. I think we'll see a lot of James White. I think he looks like he's preferred to Dion Lewis at this point in time. I expect this to be a really big game for Gronkowski. I think he's going to be heavily featured over the middle of the field. I think he's going to be the focal point, try and open things up for Brandon Cooks on the outside. And that's how I expect the Patriots to go at this one. I expect to see a lot of running early, opening things up for Gronkowski on the play action, and then everything will work from there. But if it's anything like Monday, they're not going to have too many struggles. I don't think the offensive line's going to have too many problems against this Saints front. Defensively, if you're the Saints, you've got to have a plan for Gronkowski. We saw last week, if you can keep him out of the game and keep Brandon Cooks quiet, I'm not sure they've got enough ways to beat you. Whether this team can do that, I don't know. Lattimore's going to have to turn up, have a great performance. I think he's going to end up taking Brandon Cooks. He's going to have to do a great job against the former Saints man. They're going to have some help over the top. I expect to see Cooks and Gronk on the opposite sides of the field to really try and dictate coverage. You can't cover both of them if they're on opposite sides. And I think they go to whoever doesn't have the Vaccaro over the top. I don't think they'll be too worried about the rookie. The linebacking group, I just think I can't see them covering these guys well enough. The Patriots do like to make a lot of throws over the middle. AJ Klein played okay against the run. I thought he looked promising last week, but the other between Manti Te'o's not great against the pass and Alex Anzalone's a rookie, I think they'll be able to have their way with them. So the Saints, they're going to have to get some pressure on Brady. I don't know if they've got the personnel to do it. I don't think they're going to be able to bring too many guys It's going to have to be with the front four. Jordan's going to have a big game. Sheldon Rankins is going to have to turn up in this one. And I think Alex Okafor is going to have to generate some pressures as well. It looks like a horrible matchup. I see Gronk running amok. Frankly, I think they'll do an okay job against the run. The Patriots' run game was solid early in the game against the Chiefs. The Chiefs were playing very soft coverage at the time. I saw enough from the Saints to think this linebacking core does look like they can play the run pretty well. They were flocking to the ball. The interior was pretty tough sledding, and that's really what the Patriots did best against the Chiefs. So I think they may have some success there, but I can't see him slowing down Brady, and we're going to see one of them fabled Brady revenge games on offense, I think. However, on the other side of the ball, Patriots got to be concerned as well. They were awful in the second half against the Chiefs. It doesn't look like Hightower's going to necessarily play this week. I think they'll probably err on the side of caution with him. Can't afford to have him missing too many games. And it looks like a bit of a better matchup for the Patriots in terms of their secondary is really good. Whilst Breeze did not pass a lot, I was shocked with how much of a run-based attack they chose to go. I think maybe this week the Saints prefer to put the ball in Breeze's hands to try and get this team going. It's just without Willie Snead, I suspected that they were going to look a bit lacking at the receiver position, and I think that showed. Kobe Fleener actually had one of his better games, but he wasn't quite enough. Michael Thomas struggled to have too much of an impact against the Vikings, and I don't think the matchup gets any easier for him this week. Gilmore and Butler, I think, will have a lot of success against Ted Ginn and Michael Thomas. I think that will free up McCourty to take away Michael Thomas with some doubling. I think the focal point now will be on stopping Alvin Kamara out of the backfield. I think there'll be multiple eyes on him. The Saints clearly impressed with him. They were looking to have him heavily featured. He was very quiet. The Vikings did a number on him. But if you look at what Kareem Hunt was able to do, I think Kamara is a more talented back than Hunt and has a fairly similar skill set, especially as a receiver. So I expect to see the Saints trying to isolate him on linebackers. Whether the Patriots allow that to happen will remain to be seen. I think the Saints are going to have to try and utilise a quick passing game in this one. They'll get the opportunities to go deep. We didn't see much pass rush from the Patriots at all. Saints line did struggle last week, but I think the rookie looked okay. In Ryan Ramczyk, Zach Strief, not the best player in the world, but they did look significantly worse when he was missing. I'm not sure they'll be able to run. I think the Patriots will really put the clamps down in that regard this week. Not often you see them get trampled like they did against Kansas City. I still think, with Branch and Brown on the interior, I think they're going to do a pretty good job. Adrian Peterson didn't see enough carries last week. I think they've got to, if they want to see what he's got, they've got to get him a bit more featured. The running backs are really the X factor for the Saints at the moment with Willie Snead out. It's just I don't know how much of an impact I can see him having against the Patriots. If the Pats struggle against the run like they did last week, then I expect the Saints to have a lot of success because it's quite a talented group. Kamara's going to have a big game, though. I think he's really going to be the X factor and the focal point of this Saints offense. Thomas is going to have to make some plays down the field, but I think they're going to focus on taking him away. It looks difficult, but there were holes, there were miscommunications last week. If the Patriots don't shore it up, if there's one guy who can take advantage, it's Breeze. He'll have a lot more time this week, so I'm expecting a lot more from him. More traditional Drew Brees performance. But I don't like the looks of this matchup from a personnel perspective for the Saints heading into this game. So as a result, I see the Patriots taking this one. the Saints really does feel like it's going to be tough. They fall to 0-2 within the division. It could be potentially a long way back. Even though they have played two good teams, but the defence was massively concerning. I don't see those struggles being fixed in 1 week, particularly with the Patriots coming to town with revenge on their mind after the Week 1 debacle. Frankly, as far as a Patriots game can be a debacle, that was about as bad as they've looked in a long time. So I don't know. I just don't think the Saints necessarily have it in them to stop the Patriots if they're fully focused. Things are going to need to go their way. Both teams played really clean games in Week 1 in terms of turnovers. So I expect to see a couple here. It could end up being a shootout. But I just think the Patriots secondary will have enough. I don't think they'll be able to stop the Pats. And I see the Patriots coming away with a victory in this one. Brady putting up a massive game. And the Saints looking rough after a couple of games into this season. So there you have it. That's my preview for this one. I think the Patriots take it handily. Let me know, what do you guys think? Is there any matchup in particular you've got your eyes on in this one? Anyone you think is going to impress? Let us know. We've got the comment section below. We've got the Cover Zero Facebook page. You can find me on Twitter at Simon Conboy. Always happy to talk football. Thank you so much for watching. Really do appreciate it. Check out some of the other stuff. We're doing a weekly show at the moment. The weekly roundtables. I think they're well worth a look. We'll review and preview every game with a bit less detail than these episodes, but you get a bit more banter in those. So they're good, I believe. Check out some of the other previews. There's going to be a few other games up. I'm going to try and get as many done as I can in the next couple of days. And if you could like, share, subscribe, check out the Patreon, it'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure as always. Have a great day and go Bucks.